They say forgiveness is for you, and that if you don't forgive, all these poisonous thoughts in your mind are later going to poison your entire being, making you prone to all kinds of disorders and ailments. And this is absolutely true. But what does it mean to forgive? To let bygones be bygones, to be able to move past the incident, whatever that may be. Does it mean to simply forget what happened, or to start trusting the other person as if they haven't demonstrated what they are capable of, or to move back in with someone who's already tried to destroy you? No. Never go back to a relationship, friendship, partnership that is already on phase 1 of destroying you. And my favorite saying when it comes to this issue is forgiveness granted, access denied. And this is the only rule you should follow with anyone who dared to mess with you in any way. Because if you don't, phase 2 is going to resume, because it's a pattern. And you can only sit back and watch your own destruction because the other party won't stop. This means that you're going against something you will never win. And if your idea of forgiveness is to go back to the very thing that made it necessary for you to forgive, which is not an easy task by itself, then expect many more forgivenesses and endless hurt to accompany your toxic relationship. But that need not be. And in this video, we're going to talk about the reasons why you keep going back to these relationships, and also the solutions, so that you can forgive them and forget them once and for all. But before we start, if you're not already subscribed to my channel, here on this channel, I talk about how you can find your passion and go after it at any age, how you can find balance even at the most difficult times in your life, and how you can be happy with the things and the people you already have surrounding you. So if you're interested, make sure to click the subscribe button and the notification bell so you don't miss any of my videos. Also, don't forget to give this video a big thumbs up to spread the message. So the reason why you keep coming across these toxic interactions and relationships, and also why you choose to keep and maintain them, even though they are destructive to you, is because somehow you believe, you feel like that your forgiveness and your good heart will win the hearts of the people in the scene. Basically thinking that you have the power to change them, but you don't. No one ever changes because you forgive them or even die for them, because that is not the right treatment. In fact, you'll be able to teach more lessons to someone by removing them from your life than you will ever do by keeping them. The formula here is to forgive them and forget them, not their deeds. And there are a lot of things at play here, and one of them is your own ego. Your own ego telling you that you have the power to change these people, that you have the power, that if you are, nice enough, if you could just forgive, however many times, then these people will come around and you'll see the results that you want. You will succeed in trying to make the person into what you want them to be. And this is a very wrong and very destructive path, because anything that the ego tells you to do is wrong, and this one in particular is going to hurt you, because there's no such thing as someone changing because you choose to forgive them for their wrongdoing, a wrongdoing that they don't see, that they're not taking responsibility for. They don't truly believe that they're in the wrong here, so it doesn't matter whether you choose to forgive them or not, and it doesn't matter however many times you want to forgive them. You could do this a million times and they will keep on, repeating the offense again and again and again. And you have no choice but at some point to stop and see if, there needs to be change in the way you approach this interaction. There needs to be change in the way that you see that person, your perception of that person, because that could be the thing that's making you make wrong decisions. It clouds your judgment and give you this wrong image, this wrong perception about the person you're dealing with. And you may feel like this person is so important to you, you're holding on to a story, to a history that is just not true. But you feel like you have to keep on forgiving, you feel like you have to keep on trying, even though there is zero effort from the other side. And this is, when you have to wake up and start realizing that nothing is going to change unless you change, unless you make the right decision. And the only way to do that would be for you to realize that the only power you have is over your own decisions, your own thoughts and actions, and not anyone else's. The other thing is, obviously, to forgive is not the same as to forget. Because remember, forgiveness is only a tool to remind yourself of the importance of letting go and to free yourself from the wrongdoings of other people. It's not to entitle the other party, for yet another round of abuse in the name of forgiveness. So remember, remind yourself when you forgive to never forget. Because if you forget, what ends up happening is that sooner or later you're going to come across the same type of abusive relationship, the same type of toxic relationship that is full of manipulation, that's full of gaslighting. And you just go on repeating this cycle until the time you stop. You stop yourself from doing the same things again and again, and look into your own habits, your own thought patterns, your own beliefs about yourself and the world and other people. And once you work on these things, once you work on yourself, it's going to be easier for you to, just see things for what they are. See people for who they really are, instead of for these things, for this roles that you want them to play, these identities that you are giving them, which is going to clash with reality. And this is what is creating all these problems in your life. And once you do this, that cycle you'll be able to end that cycle, and you'll be on your way to build healthy relationships that don't require a lot of forgiveness, a lot of work, a lot of drama, because that is unnecessary. It becomes necessary only when you believe that this is the way relationships are. And once you let go of that belief, you'll be able to build healthy relationships all around you. And also, you don't need the presence of this person or these people to do your forgiveness. The only thing you need to do is to realize and internalize the importance and also the benefits of letting this go along with the person and the people, and you just do it on your own. Because this is not about getting a reaction out of this person and see if they are sorry or they'll repent. No. And why does it matter whether they're sorry or not? Is it going to stop you from letting this go? Because if that's the case, then you're doing this all wrong. And you need to start rethinking your entire strategy. Because this is about you letting this go. And it's not important to get a reaction out of these people. It doesn't matter whether they're sorry or not. It doesn't matter whether they're willing to give you the closure or not, because more often than not, people will not do that for you. It's not always that you find people who are willing to work on this with you, people who are willing to show you that they're sorry. And what ends up happening is you keep on searching for this, you keep on looking for that closure, and you never get it. When in reality, the only thing you need to do is to do this on your own, because at the end of the day, whether that person comes forward or not, it's you who's going to decide to let this go, cleanse this poison out of you, this poison of anger, resentment that would have destroyed you, destroyed your life. So realize that you don't even need them in the vicinity when you're doing this. You just need the perfect balance of detaching yourself from the victimhood and at the same time keeping the awareness of that incident or the process. Because you don't want these things to travel to your suppressed emotions, where you still are a victim, where you're actively a victim. And at the same time, you want to forget what happened. And at the same time, you're keeping that person who created all this. This kind of fallacy will not work. So you need to be brave. You need to just learn from your mistakes. You need to be able to detach from these things and never look back. You have to know that all these feelings that you have, all these beliefs that you have, are just a result of a successful programming done to you. It is a successful manipulation that works on you. You have to know that this doesn't work for people who know better. People who know better are able to detach and let go. They are not holding on to a story. They are not holding on to a person that keeps hurting them. This is just not acceptable in their world. And they keep on thriving. They keep on, meeting the right person, the right people, because they are brave enough to let go of these things by working on themselves, because this is only a belief in your head that this person is so important to you. If a person is continuously hurting you, if a person sees no problem with abusing you, manipulating you, and using you, then this person is not important. You're just thinking it because that manipulation has worked on you. So you just need to know that there are people who don't even accept this for once. They don't even allow another person to make a fool of them more than once, let alone keep doing this a million times. So just try to imagine yourself, try to reimagine yourself as a person who's able to detach and let go of things that hurt them. It's as simple as that. And develop a positive, hopeful, and open mind for better, respectful, and enriching relationships, instead of the ones that keep on draining your energy, because you don't need that. And use this experience in life to vet people properly going forward, because this gives you power. You're now able to see, you're now able to pinpoint, you can see these actions, these demeanors. You are now aware of the signs. And these people, they can't keep that act for long. They can't keep showing a different color. Their true colors are going to come sooner or later. And the minute you realize that their intentions are different than the one you are, thinking of, run, move on. And just make it a point to only spend your time and your energy, just invest yourself only on the right people. And what happens with this is you will have no time for the losers. You'll have no time for the abusers, the manipulative and gaslighting personalities, because you simply don't need them in your life. So thanks for watching. I hope that was helpful. Don't forget to check out all the resources down in the description box. I have links to my website, my new book, my social media accounts, all tailored to help you live your best life. See you there.